Hey, everybody. And of course, my voice goes out with the first line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because. How is everybody doing this morning? Welcome to another episode of Breaking the Block, where we talk about things that might be keeping us from our creative processes or giving us writer's block or just making us feel bleh. And I will go ahead and let Rachel introduce herself.
Okay. I am Rachel D. Adams as an author and Rach on here and amongst friends and authors. I have Aggressively Helpful Writing Advice is my blog, which needs more attention this month, but it is what it is. I'll get to it. I promise. And I also have just released our new cover reveal, and we are working toward the end of October for our official release of book 3 in the Dragon Tasker series. So there's that. I think you're muted.
I am.
There you go.
Cool.
we got it out of the way. One of us did it.
Yes. Bingo card. All right. I am writer Sam Wicker. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a writer of romantasy or romantic fantasy. I will have a cover reveal on the 20th, as long as I can get the formatting done today. Because if I don't get this formatting done correctly, then I might just, be like, okay, I'm just buying a pre-made cover because I have two bookmarked just in case. But anyway, cover reveal on the 20th at 4 p.m. for I'm No Hero, which is a book that I have talked about for the life of my channel. I think the first video had I'm No Hero all in it. So yeah. Good morning, Skye. Hey, Rach, pulling double duty. Hey, Eva. Hey, Cat Paw. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Also, Cat Paw, you did win a drawing in my live the other day. So DM me your email address or something like that, and I'll get the code to you. Hey, Dawn. Good morning. All right. So is there anything that in particular that you want to talk about first?
I believe the subject came up, and it's something that was pretty cool to talk about, is what happens when you get to a point in the people around you are making you nervous or making you question the things that you're doing, and then that causes a block. I think that was I hope that I phrased that kind of correctly.
Yeah.
That was something that was talked about in Instagram earlier, and it made me think about my social media situation, wherein like I try to use social media rather than avoid it, but sometimes when you're in writing groups or in help groups for writers and stuff, people will have such a strong opinion of things that it can make you question what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
here we go. I just copied and pasted it.
Yep.
Here we go. All right. Yeah, this is interesting because it can be like your writing groups, it can be your family, it can be whoever that you're living with. We had a writing group in high school, and it was so toxic in there that nobody got anything done. So yeah. Eva says, I've had experience in this. The peers had no idea they were doing this. It was more that they weren't my writing group. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to fit in, you either belong or you fit in. Yeah.
And sometimes it's about how far along some people are versus how far along other people are. And and it's just like, I know that Mama Maggie's told us several times, it's like not everybody's on the same level and not everybody's doing the same thing. And what works for one person may not work for another person. And I've seen it happen in real time wherein people try to emulate other successful authors, and that's just not their vibe. Like whatever they're trying to emulate is just not working for them. And then so they just like, I'm just going to throw in the towel. And it's like, don't do that. Just because their system or their way of doing something doesn't work for you doesn't mean that you can't find your way of doing it. Just like if this group doesn't work for you, maybe you need to find another group of writers that can help you out.
Yeah. That and like, so we're using Mama Maggie as kind of an example. She's published.
We love you, Mama Maggie.
Yeah. She's published like, oh, how many books? A lot. And that can be intimidating to some people if they don't pay attention to any of her videos, if they don't talk to her, kind of thing, you know? And I can see how if you're thrown in a group with somebody like that, how the self-loathing and the imposter syndrome can start in, and it blocks you from doing what you love. So yes, speaking of Mama Maggie, she does have a book on sale at the moment. The sale ends today, so make sure that you go over and get your book about the crazy cat lady surviving the zombie apocalypse.
I find it fascinating where the zombie apocalypse comes from in this book. I love it.
Yes.
Love it.
It is amazing. I just, yeah. But yeah, it's almost like you want to have one of those people in the group just so that they're so far ahead that they can guide you through the steps. But at the same time, it's almost like, I can't compare to this person. You know? So I think it's almost in your own mindset that you have to set your own mindset to being, I am not going to compare. I am going to listen, I'm going to soak in, and I'm going to put into action what I think will work best for me. And I think that mindset right there would probably be the best for anybody entering into any kind of writing group or community, however you want to call it. But that's just me.
Also, don't, I would say don't rely on everybody too awful much. Everybody's got their own thing going on. It may not even be a selfish situation. It may just be they've got so much stuff going on. And so when you make plans and stuff, just be sure that you're willing to do it by yourself. Like be sure you're willing to do it by yourself, or that you have some people who are ride or die, you know, that are going to show up or whatever for you. Because it's very important to understand that everybody has their own lives going on, and everybody's got emergencies popping up or sicknesses, you know, and not to let that drag you down. But on the other hand, there are some times, like when, like Eva was talking about, that I've been part of groups that somebody was toxic within the group and constantly dragging everybody down. I hate to use the term Debbie Downer, but because I've got a best friend that's Debbie, her name is Debbie, so she kills me every time. She's like, would you stop using that? But it's in my head. Anyway, there's sometimes somebody like that, and that can also be harsh on a group. So yeah, yucking the yums. Stop yucking yums.
Yeah. So
be aware of those people. Like maybe limit your time with them.
Yeah. So in that case, do you, like, in order to protect yourself and others in the writing group, do you bring it up to like the moderators or the people who run the group or begin the group and tell them, hey, this is what's happening. Can we do something about it? Or do you just let it go? And what do you expect like the moderator to do?
As a moderator in the past, I always asked my players or my writers to come to me and let me know, and then I could talk to that person to the side and just and try as calmly as to keep them calm and calmly as possible to be like, hey, so what's going on, because this has happened a lot, and that usually handled it. I only had one case where somebody was yucking the yum, though. It was usually something else, but
Right.
but yeah, in those cases, I would think just as long as the moderators, I mean, they're in those positions because supposedly they're capable of handling a situation like that. So that would be, I think, best in a situation like that, because you don't want to go to them and say something and then that get misconstrued, all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, it backfires on you.
yeah, you may not mean anything by it, but then they are the ones that go to the moderators and fuss. So I've seen that happen too.
Yeah. Skye says, I haven't been in that position before. I've been in bad groups before, but they didn't suffocate my creativity. They just made me hate people more.
Yeah.
I get that. That's the reason why I'm no longer in the medical field. I hate people too much.
You become completely cautious. There's like a wall right there, It's like, is this
you're
this
bleeding
kind
out?
of
Okay.
person? Is this are you that kind of person?
Yeah. I grew up with you. I didn't like you back then, so Catball says, talking about Mama Maggie's book, bought it when it first came out. Yes. Catball says, I've never had a writing group. Eva says, little needle pokes that don't feel like much until you take time away and realize there's no stabby stabs. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can have somebody that's like that could tear a really good group apart. And so as a moderator, you do want to do something about it.
Yeah. Eva says, if I were leading the group, I'd kick out the toxic link without apology. If I were not leading it, I'd probably just leave. Yeah.
Well, you want to make sure and investigate and make sure.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because there are these kind of people who can be toxic, but there's also the kind of people that can be jealous and angry and be toxic, and they might be reporting somebody for something that is not really a big deal. So yeah, you got to be careful about that when you're a moderator.
Oh yeah. So this is one experience that I had, and then again, this was back in, how old was I? I was 20, and I was running a, what shall we call it? We'll call it ARC. I had a group of, I think it was 9 members at the time, and I was supposedly the leader. But what I didn't know about the group, because we were supposed to go out into the community and help the community and stuff like that. We would pass out food. We would help with like household repairs and just little things like that. What I didn't know at the time was that there were 2 people in that group going around and hanging out at another person's house in that group and just backstabbing the other members to that one person, and then they would go to the next person's house and do the same thing.
Ooh.
And nobody brought it to my attention at all. And so I was just doing everything like I normally would, and I would kind of see they're not interacting like they were, or what's going on. And I would even go up to the people and be like, "Hey, you okay? What's up?" And still be like, it's nothing. I'm just feeling off today.
I mean, if you don't have anybody that's willing to tell you the truth.
Yeah. And, by the time, I think it was like 6 months and the group was dissolved because people just stopped showing up because of that. And it's like, holy cow. And so for years, I felt bad because I thought it was something that I did, that I was a bad leader. And I met with one of them, like I said, maybe 2 or 3 years after the group dissolved, and they were like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Let me ask you a question. Why did you stop showing up?" And then they told me, and I'm like, "Hey, tell me."
Yeah. That's what we're here for. If we're moderators or leaders, we're here to do something about it.
Yeah.
I mean, even the dirty work. We're here for the dirty work too.
Yeah. Because I am all about it, because like a good portion of them were my friends from before, and I am very protective of my friends. And if I had heard about somebody talking bad about my friends, I would have been like, you out. So yeah, you got to also think about the moderator or leader's situation too. Maybe they have no clue that it's going on.
Yeah.
So you need to kind of bring it up to them, because that way that group can remain active and alive and help one another like they're supposed to.
Exactly.
Yeah. Heather says, I've had a critique group member who was toxic, but they were actually the moderator. Oh gosh.
Oh no. Well, in that case, that would be one that I would probably be like, bye. If the leader is toxic. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely bounce on that one. Online for sure, just leave. In person, it would depend on if I knew the writers before the group or after. I'd talk to friends, I'd just leave strangers. Most groups have a be kind, no bullying rule. If a member has agreed to the terms and there's evidence of the opposite, I won't give a warning. They'll get a you violated our terms and conditions, so goodbye.
Oh yeah, if I believe with my groups it was more like I would investigate, be sure that it really did happen, and then yes, that would immediately go into function. I did have some writing groups wherein I would give them a one chance, like if it was like just behavior that they maybe didn't realize they were doing, or they didn't realize that it was coming across the way it did, they would get like the one strike, and then instead of 3 strikes, they got 1 strike. That was it. And then the next time I saw the behavior, because then it was on my radar.
Right.
And so if I saw any kind of behavior like that, they were out. And
nice.
And that's just protecting everybody else. It's like I will give you one chance in case you needed something, in case you didn't realize you were doing this. But after that, yeah. I think the only thing I'm running right now, well, I do still have my fan fiction thing open, but we haven't done anything in like a year and a half because I've been so busy. And everybody was given permission to do it, but they just kind of, it's like, I guess without somebody to push the adventure along, they just decided to kind of go their own ways. But and then I've got a gaming Discord that I run. So, and I help moderate a group, but I try not to get involved with lots of that kind of thing when it's somebody else's group.
Yeah.
It's like,
exactly.
It's like, I'll let you know, but I'm not going to be the one with the band hammer on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't done an in-person writing group since like my early 20s, late teens, maybe.
Honestly, yeah. I haven't been in one since my 30s. So yeah, it's been a while.
The evidence is key. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I were leading the group. Yeah, definitely. And the whole he said or they said thing is like, I hate those situations. Like, give me proof of one or the other. Because, yeah. If I were leading the group, I would have investigated given by default. Just don't give benefit of doubt or devil's advocacy a voice.
No.
Yeah. They were having a bad day. Yeah. This right here.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I guarantee it was those two that were going around saying, oh, she already knows about it. She's going to handle it. Or don't talk about this. You know, I'm telling you this in confidence kind of thing. And that's the reason why they didn't tell me. I guarantee it because, yeah. Remember one situation in Author Tube where I wondered if you were in the know, Sam. I wasn't, though, until it sort of all, yeah. If you're talking about
it.
if you're talking about the one situation that I think you're talking about, I actually talked about it a little bit in my anniversary live stream. I didn't name any names, of course, but I think the question was if I had ever thought about quitting AuthorTube, and it was this situation, if it's the same one that we're thinking about. Leaving back to Creative Block, who we hang out with can also be a huge benefit too. There are supportive peers out there. Yes. Heather says, said person left, then I was voted in to run it. A couple of years later, she wanted to come back. We voted and said that we would see how it went. After she insulted one of the members, we all agreed they shouldn't come anymore. Good. Yeah. It's good that you gave her or gave them a second chance, but yeah. Good for you.
I always give people that one chance. They can change, but if they can't change, they can't change.
Been listening in. Thank you, Jenna. Things don't just happen. Yeah. Jenna reminding everybody, hit the like button.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was this one. This one was the one that almost made me quit.
That's sad.
Yeah. And there's still a lot of things that confuse me with that situation too, but we're not.
Everybody's come past it now, so that's good.
Yes, we're good. We're better. We're on the other side of it, and we're still growing, so we're good. Thank you.
So, yeah, I guess my advice would be, if you're in a situation like this, it would be to let the moderator know, or whoever's in charge know. If you are the one in charge, investigate, find out, what's going on, why they're being the way they're being. And if it doesn't stop, either, you report again or you leave that group, or if you're running the group, please get rid of the toxic situation in the group, because you have more than one person to take care of in that group. That's just me. It's like, don't feel guilted into leaving somebody that's going to be toxic to everybody else in the group.
Yeah, because protect the good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and the social media
I
thing
agree
is just
with everything that you said.
Okay.
Other side.
You're doing the second chance
think
for
that
2 reasons. Not just for them to change, but also to cover your butt, because you can say,
I think you're muted. Are you muted?
I shouldn't be.
There you go. Okay.
Maybe it was just a short or something. Anyway, I was like,
it might have been.
Oh, it's okay. So So there's two reasons for doing it, and that's to cover your butt and also to give them a chance. Give them a real chance. But the also you can say, hey, I did give you the chance. And everybody in the group sees that they were given the chance.
Right. I apologize. That might have been me with my headphones. Sometimes they cut out a little bit.
Thanks,
so, yeah. But yeah. Like this. Like, okay, in case I was wrong.
Right.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. I have a backlog of questions here. I don't think we've talked about...
Eva wants to know what everybody's win for September was so far.
Oh, okay. You want to go first?
I'm still working on mine. How about that? I decided to do 3 projects all at once. That was dumb, but we're still working on those.
3 projects. You got this.
Yeah, for somebody who's never juggled in her life.
You're doing great. Don't mind that ball that went under the dresser. It's fine. It's fine.
Just pretend it's still there. It's fine. I still have half a month. So, yeah, that's the way I look at it. I still have half a month to handle 2 re-release copies that need to be revised and the beta read. So
there you go.
The beta read in book 3. So that's cool. Yeah. Only 3 projects. Yes. Only 3. I know you with the spinning wheel.
Yeah, for real.
See, those are the 3 projects I'm working on, like WIP wise. That's not clients and videos and blogs.
Everything else that you've got going on. I think my win is deciding, you know what? I'm just going to push these books out the way I can and deal with it. Because I'm tired of waiting. And the only things that I've kind of been waiting on is just like book covers and a little bit of extra income here and there to buy the ISBNs and the book covers. And I'm like, you know what? The book covers might not be great, but if I design them, it's all going to be me. And so be it. Later, whenever I get rich and famous, I can go back and I can reformat it and redo the book covers and with something prettier, and we'll go from there. So yeah, that was my win for September so far, is just deciding to go and do it. Because I have 6 books and they're ready. So why not, right?
And there's always the Kickstarter possibility.
Yeah.
That you can get some extra fundage up front.
Yeah. Kickstarter still kind of scares me.
Oh, it scares me too. We've decided that the 3rd book of the prequel series is going to get done probably by the end of the year, and then it'll be a matter of studying Kickstarter. And I really do want to do a Kickstarter for the whole series. So
there you go. Yeah.
Got to jump into it. I'm going to be the guinea pig in this household for the Kickstarter.
Nice. I don't know why Kickstarter scares me, because I know Kickstarter. I've studied it on the back end, and I've supported I don't know how many Kickstarters on the other end. So it's like, I know it. I shouldn't be scared of it. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm going to screw something up. I know I am. So yeah.
So there's your block on that.
Right.
You at some point, you just got to dive in.
Yeah, exactly. this right here, how much work goes into Kickstarters, because so this is my, what I fear I'm going to screw up is that I'm not going to calculate something correctly. And it's not going to delay it by a month or two. It's going to delay it by like a year or something like that. Or I'm going to not calculate the money right. And I'm going to have to delay it just because, I'm going to have to recoup some funds in order to complete it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my thing, is just calculating everything, because me and math and numbers, we don't get along.
Well, I'm taking Teeth on Coil as an example for how to do it right. And Russell Nolte. There's some that are doing it that I'm watching do it, and oh wow, I just like, you're still waiting for a book 6 months out. And I'm like, I don't want to start with something that's that intense. Yeah.
Like a lot of my games that I've backed, one game that I've backed, they said that it was supposed to come out in March 2023. I still have yet to get it.
Oh wow.
So, but they keep updating and saying, okay, this is what's going on, so it's like, I see the struggles with that, and it's like, I know that's going to be me.
Not necessarily, not if you do the things that they're doing. That's why I'm saying, I'm like, I'm taking the good examples and I'm going to emulate that. And I'm watching the bad examples and I'm like, nah,
yeah,
we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. This guy says, I have a ton of books in the just needs editing phase, and then I'll be able to drop them all at once to be accused of using AI to write them.
Okay, that is another subject altogether that's going on social media. This witch hunt thing that's going on. Some people can just write more. And some people like me and Dawn, we've got a whole collection of stories that we can just edit and keep tossing.
Yeah. And like, I mean, all of us up here, we've had like a couple of books on the back burners, that are somewhat ready. So if we release like back to back to back, it's like, oh, you wrote it in AI. No, it's just pre-planned. Smart.
Smart. I love that. Oh
God. Will Smith's antidote on fear. Yeah. I like his antidote on fear. See like how much work goes in.
He's done some bad stuff lately, but yeah, I really do like him.
Yeah.
Everybody makes mistakes, so.
Exactly. Everybody's human. Their AI can prove it's not AI.
Yeah, I have a whole article about that witch hunt situation. I was just like, what? You can use this to make sure it's not AI. What? What is that?
Okay, that works. Yes, this right here. I think the whole ISBN thing with me is just because I'm a little OCD on some things. And one of those things is that all the identifiers have to match.
Well, if you're releasing also in Amazon, it's not gonna work. So
yeah. So I'm finding that. How do you know if your work has been used to train AI? If AI accuses your work not written by AI being AI.
Skye, I'm gonna give you the mom look. Doesn't care to lie.
Oh my gosh. Being accused of AI sounds like a reason to slow release AI creative. No, because it's a slow
just
read.
kills me because people are like so protective, and I'm like going, you do realize if you use Word or if you use Google, it's probably already been trained using your work. So sorry.
Yeah. And even if you use like a formatter, kind of like, I don't know if Reezy uses AI or whatever, but Reezy has a free formatter that you can use. You upload it to that. Who's to say that that's not learning from you?
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
And they didn't have to ask us. We found out after the fact. So yeah, that's what some of the hearings have been about in Washington, is the fact that Google and Microsoft have used things that they had access to train their AI versions. So just know.
So awesome. 5+ books under the bed waiting. Yep. I promise I've done nothing but write for 10 years, and now I'm finally getting to editing. Me, probably.
Please don't come at me.
I wish it was, I planned it this way, but yeah. I just liked the story. The lady writes says, I've been building up my stories on Fire short stories. If when I put out a bunch at once, it's because I finally had time to polish, not AI.
Exactly.
So it's not facing that complication these days. Yeah. Student writes it in AI, throws it through AI systems that make it past the AI censors, gets an A. Oh gosh. Yeah, everything has AI these days. Don't compete with other books. I don't know. I don't care who wrote them.
Yeah.
Yeah, MS Word for editing. Yeah. I use it for formatting, and sometimes I'll write in it. It just depends on what kind of thing I'm working on. Turn the web off and it can't see it. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yay. Yeah.
Yeah. My only thing with AI is it's supposed to help us, not take what we can do. That's my only thing. But in saying that, we are fully capable of editing ourselves if we just take the time to do it. But AI does make it easier for us.
Yes.
So, yeah. Give me Rosie, not Ultron, please. Yes.
Yes. That. It's like I always picture AI as Rosie, the robot. And I'm like, it's supposed to be here to help me out. Come on.
Yeah. Like they weren't going to do the work anyway. They weren't learning through that method anyway. Yeah. Calculators do math. AI writes papers, teach people in better ways than society said was best when building the machine to break us. Yeah. Whereas the little villain part of me is like, kill all the humans. I want Ultron.
Look, if he's voiced by James, I'm good. I really, really thought that was the best choice ever.
Yeah.
That they made. I was just like, oh, who better to play that kind of character?
Right? Come on, AI, do the cleaning and the dishes. Fix our roads and see. Okay. No. Okay. Have y'all been to South Carolina?
So yeah,
there are potholes down there.
We always warn everybody that comes to visit us. Okay, so when you hit South Carolina, be careful because the potholes.
There are potholes the size of your car. There's no guessing which side's going to hurt less. You take it full on. Oh, AI, fix our roads. Yeah. As long as it's used as a tool, I don't see no issue with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And take away manual labor, not creative joys.
Right? I'm just like, what are they doing? It's like, okay, so you go to North Carolina and they fix the same damn stretch of road 5 times. Why?
Mhm.
Like you're repaving the same stretch of road over and over again. And then you go to South Carolina and I don't think they've paved since 1970.
So, yeah. I don't think so either.
I've done that.
I've done that several times. You pat the dash and be like, okay, we're going to go get an alignment soon. I promise.
It's okay. Okay. Are all the tires still okay? All right.
My neighborhood got resurfaced. It's so smooth. Then there's my town where they fix the same spots multiple times a year. Yeah.
I
So
don't understand that. I'm like, would you just give up and repave? Come on.
yeah. My dad, he was a logger, but he also did dozer work in between that. And to hear the people who worked with him talk about his dozer work, he was the best dozer man in the mountains, period. So he knew how to slant roads to where water wouldn't build up. And a lot of these potholes and everything is because water builds up, it freezes, it expands, it makes holes. And the roads that he built, I've noticed, and this is 25 years since he's built these roads, they don't have patchwork. So here, DOT and all the road builders and everything, they need to hire somebody like Dad so that there's not 50 patches in the same year on the same spot.
Well, also it's patch for a reason. You put a patch on it with the intention of coming back as soon as possible to really fix everything. And I believe that some places are like, well, we're just going to leave it there. And I'm like, you do understand science? That's going to get more water in it than it did before. And it's going to expand. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got off on a
tangent.
way tangent that time.
To and from Tennessee so many times in the last year and a half or so. Our trip just got so much shorter because the construction finished in Nashville. Yeah. Didn't even know there was a shorter route existed. Then it was there, and the roads were so lovely. Yep. Demand cheap work. Yep. Break the block is allow yourself to dive into a rabbit hole. Exactly.
And we dove right into that pothole.
Yeah. So let's tie this back in.
Okay, go for it.
Plot holes. Don't go over the surface, dig in, fix the root, and yeah.
There we go.
All right. All the rabbit holes. Okay. All right. So, let's do this one.
Okay. What kind of projects are we talking about?
Let's do overall, and then let's narrow it down to the writing career.
I gotta think about it.
Right. Because I've got YouTube, then social media, and I count those as the same project, so to say, because they're both growth. I had to, Skye. I had to. And then I do one editing project a month. And if I get it done within the month, then I go to another editing project. writing projects, I usually work on 2 at the same time. Like right now, I'm working on plugging in some things with Capture the Empress, which could kind of be called editing too, but I don't know. It's a mix. And then I've got Daughter of Blood Gold that I'm writing on, and the epic that I'm writing on.
I'm going to write some down because I'm not sure how I want to write it. Count them. Because for me, I would say like author tube / TikTok are the same.
Yeah.
So video. And then my social media is different.
Okay.
So newsletter and promos.
Yeah.
And I'm usually working on 2 different like major writing projects per month. So usually I've got one that I'm revising and one that I'm putting together. And so it would be like a 0 draft and then the revisions.
Right.
Ream stories, the blogs. So there's 2 of those. Clients. And I got to put in household because, quite frankly, that's a big thing too.
Yeah,
Dealing
that's
with
a
family,
never-ending battle.
Yeah, and everything. And I think that a lot of people forget about that. They see that as, especially ladies, see that as, oh well, that's just part of life. I don't even. But I started taking track of it, and I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a lot.
It takes time, and a lot of times we don't know exactly how much time it takes from the other stuff because we don't think about it taking up our time because it's something that we have to do.
Right. I can put in healthcare, but I'm just not. I mean, it definitely has changed the way I do things. I actually I am going to put that in there because I usually wind up on somebody's couch once every month or 2, and so that, and like, I don't know about y'all, but when I have to go and do something like that, even though the actual appointments themselves are spread over 2, maybe 3 days, that messes up my entire week. It really digs in. So, all right. So what I've got is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 things.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, if I go by my list over here, because I break down everything per week, what I work on, and then I mark how much time it takes me per week. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 as well, but I'm not really counting the dogs and exercise and self-care as 2 separate ones anymore. So I want to say
I didn't even put that in there. I mean,
but
I don't know. It's just part of something I've got to force myself to do because I got off track for the last few months and would walk every day and all that kind of stuff. So,
I try to do at least 15 minutes a day to walk the potato. But sometimes it just doesn't happen because time.
I owe my loaf an apology for that.
Eva says, however many I happen to work on, this question is impossible for me to answer unless it's specific. I got to. I don't think I can quantify mine now. School, writing, publishing, social media, websites, support consulting, and Eva says for writing 3, drafting, daydreaming, and revising. Yeah. Cat Paul says 2 or 3. And then Eva lists out home, family, Tennessee fam, Tennessee work, writing, self. I guess that many. Yes, life can definitely throw wrenches and make some projects move slower, even if it's the same process. Yes, definitely. Yeah, healthcare is one of my self-care options because it's a project for my brain. Yeah. Skye says, part 1, I am actually only focusing on 9-ish writing related things. I have YouTube videos and vlogs, and I am drafting 3. Handwriting 1, rewriting 2, and finalizing 1 for publishing. Yeah, this whole only thing. Only. Let's see. Cat Paul says, I read somewhere that when you just work when you can, so not on days you can't because chronic illness, you never rest. Being too poorly to do stuff does not equate rest. It was an eye-opener for me. Yeah.
That's something that we all need on a t-shirt.
Yes. Or on a banner that's like right behind our computer monitors.
Our desk, put it above our desk, yes.
Yeah.
Because I tend to fall into that.
Yeah. I got to counting up, was it last month or something, my days off. And it's like, I don't take days off. Awesome.
Yeah.
I take an hour here and there. That's it. And it's like, no, we need to do better than this, Sam. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. I have 3 different series and various stages plus 2 of the courses too. Yeah. You deserve days off when you feel good. Exactly. Because that's when you can really take in life. And
that's actually refilling the well. That
exactly.
It's not feeling so bad that you have to take off. It's when you feel good and then you're getting an overabundance of good.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I ignore that.
Yeah. We don't need to work or live to work. We need to work to live.
Yes.
And that's all she wrote. Angel Faye. See, guys, part 2, household things, education things for me, sports and 4-H for the girls, work, self-care, and date nights. I like that. We need to start doing date nights again. Yes, on a better.
We've been going out and going to Starbucks and just chit chat and talk and stuff. So that's been better.
Yeah. That's all she wrote in red. This is fun. Well, thank you. Prioritizing self-care with gaming right now. Yeah, I need to get back to Diablo. Laundry is a project every month, but it is also more than one project. It can be.
I try to keep the floors clean. I try to keep the bathrooms clean. I try to keep the kitchen clean. And the guys, they take out the trash and they're supposed to do the dishes. But sometimes I have to actually complain about that. So, and they do the yard work. So there's that. I can't do yard work anymore. The yard hates me. So no, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah. I'm on vacation this week in order to do the 7-day book challenge, and none of them will be days off. See? This right here. Yeah. I think I've 2 or 3 did good. Yeah.
That's why you will find me, like, I used to really dig into the monthly things. And the last time I decided I wasn't going to do it. And it's because of this. It's like, I'm already doing this, So I feel like this challenge on top of that is kind of difficult sometimes.
Yeah. And like I've realized that I have to really think whenever I sign up for stuff, because I used to sign up for all these courses. And it's like, so when am I going to do these courses? Is it going to be on my days off? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I can look at my list right now. And I apologize if you're one of the author tubers that I have not gotten to your video yet, but I know I've got a list of at least 30 sitting in my my folder in my email where I got notifications, and I really was interested in the video at the time, but I just haven't had time to sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
And because I'm the type person that wants to watch it, but I'll also take notes. And I mean, you may have something that to say that I didn't know or that I could learn from, and and so it's a whole thing. And if I don't have time, I swear that's one of the things I was talking about before was like, after I get this book out, this book published, and the re-releases are supposed to come before that, that'll be my projects for the rest of the year. I'm going to just watch videos.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Watch later is my driving and shopping list now. That's a good idea, especially if the hubs is driving us somewhere. I can do that. See, my best guest bed is covered in clothes to put away. Yeah. 5 tubs of laundry. I feel that. I feel that.
I'm so glad that I'm an empty nester now, actually. I'm just like, I used to do this. I feel that because I had 3 kids, not only just 3 kids, 3 teenagers at the same time in the house. And then one moved out and came back with an extra. And I was like, what? No. So the laundry got real. My poor laundry. We went through some washing.
Luckily, mine. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I said, luckily, mine wasn't in the same household, because I would go down to grandma's, do her laundry, go up to Mama and Papa's, do their laundry, and then come out to the house and help Mom with the laundry. And that, because each one of them had particular things. Okay, go ahead.
I don't have a solid release date, to be fair. I stopped. I at some point, maybe I'll get confident enough again to do a solid release date. So I'm hoping for the end of October is what I'm hoping for. It'd be cool if it was the 30th or the 31st, because I love Halloween. But I will be happy if I can get it out by then. It depends on all of the stuff that I've got going on and all of the stuff that this eye decides it wants to do health wise. So that's what I'm looking at.
Good. See, Skye says, I keep a running or watch later list of videos, and I don't put live streams on because there's just no way for me to keep up with that as well. Yeah. Looking forward to taking 2 weeks off in the new place once we have it.
Yeah, you need to do that.
Yeah. Eva says, I'll be honest, I don't hit the watch later. If I don't watch it then, maybe next time. Right in time for Christmas decorating. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
That's the second thing I like to do. I got a lot of solstice stuff to put up.
I'm itching to put my Halloween stuff up already. But I'm trying to hold back for at least maybe another week. Maybe. See, yeah.
Manifest it.
Yeah. First experience with having a child in the home. I'm a fan. The laundry was a pain for the 17 years before he joined us too. Yeah. We did just get a new washer and dryer though, so it's a bit more fun these days. Yeah, new appliances. I don't know what it is, but it's almost like it's better than Christmas.
Yeah. Especially if they've got new gadgets and stuff involved into them. I really like that. Yeah. Unfortunately, for us, like every time we would get something like that, and we would wind up selling the house, and inevitably, if they would come to us and be like, so would you add the washer and dryer to the contract because we really like it? And I'm just like, well, I really liked it too. Now I gotta go get another one.
Oh no. I listen to my watch later while working now. It's the only time I can get through it right now. Yeah.
See, I kind of wish I could, but yeah, I have to stop, take a note or something, and call me old fashioned. That's just the way that it gets in my brain, is if I write it down. So just watching it or just listening to it. Plus, I admit that one of the things that I use for breaking the block is listening to really good music while driving. So if I can listen to good music while I'm driving down the road, a lot of times I will play a scene in my head and get it past the point where I didn't have it before. So that's why I'm like, I can't do that. Because then I'm focused on what they're saying, and yeah, it's just a whole lot of excuses, but that's me.
Well, you've also got to do what you got to do as well. I mean, I'm all for supporting one another, but there's also a line in that where you've also got to take care of yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I tried listening to AuthorTube on the drive because there's a 4-hour drive to see Dad. So I have plenty of time. But the thing of that is, once I get in the mountains, not happening.
I was about to say, but which way are you going? Because are you going to be able to stream anything?
Yeah. I can stream really. Yeah, I can stream really well up until about Bryson City. And then after Bryson City, it's like, nah, that's okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I actually like Bryson City. We went there once. It was kind of cute right there on the river.
It's a nice little town. I really like just going through the gorge, because the Nantahala Gorge. Some people might pronounce it Nantahala, but it's Nantahala. And just going through there and just watching the river and looking at all the waterfalls coming down off of the mountains towards the river and everything. It's awe-inspiring. And I get a lot of inspiration from that area. Love new appliances. Yes. Not going to lie, I want one of those expensive washer dryer and one machine contraptions, but at the same time, while we have to haul water, no thanks. I'll continue going to the laundromat. Yeah.
Yeah, you're usually doing the long distance driving now, but that doesn't mean I don't enjoy the music and get what I get out of it. So,
yeah. That part, Sam. I can't say yes as a default. I used to. Burnout sucks. I get resentful. So now I just do what I can when I can and not a thing more. Yeah. Hey, Angel. Hello.
That's also a banner.
Yeah.
Do what you can when you can. That's it.
I'm going to have like a line.
I need banners all over this damn hall. That's what I need.
Same, retaking notes rather than have to go back to remember which video had the info. I need to refresh. It's so much easier and quicker just to scan your notes. Yeah. Cool, all in one. The whole all-in-one thing kind of, I don't know. I just foresee that being a disaster waiting to happen. Because born and raised in a town called Murphy, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Angel says, I'm working on a new romance novel now that my debut novel is out. Nice. Congrats. You gotta say that river way different than up here. What?
Hey, look, I'm from Alabama, so we're going to say some stuff different.
Yeah.
You
So
should see
I'm gonna.
people try to pronounce Aniana when they see it written out.
Yeah. So there is a word that I'm going to type into the chat. This is on the Nantahala River. You actually have to go up towards the Nantahala School to get to this. A lot of people call it Wyatt because that's how it's spelled. It's actually warrior. So yeah, this is where I come from. Nantahala. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are. My husband makes fun of everything around where I grew up because everybody pronounces it differently. Like there's a road, a community called, it's spelled out Panther Top, but everybody calls it Painter Top. So yeah, we're different. Mebane. Yeah.
The
I
last
used
time
to
I heard somebody pronounce it, it was Mebane.
Mebane. Yeah.
I was like, what?
I think I used to pronounce it close to that, but then somebody from there was corrected me nicely. Work on a new book trailer. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. That's another one. Caramel or caramel? Caramel or caramel? Caramel.
I grew up with caramel.
Yeah, caramel. Yeah. You're from up north.
Mebane, you must be from up north.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this rabbit hole to tie back in, be careful what you name things because everybody's going to mispronounce them.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Anything else that we want to talk about?
I think we covered it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another Breaking the Block. I'm going to have Rach do an outro, and then we will let y'all go with the rest of your day.
Hello, I am Rachel Adams, Rachel D. Adams, Rach here. So I do aggressively helpful writing advice, and I love coming on Breaking the Block because it helps me out and hopefully helps you guys out too. And hopefully be back next week.
Yep. So I am writer Sam Wicker. I will have a cover release on the 20th at 4 p.m. And before that, I will have a live stream on Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So yeah, lots of things going on. Keep track of us with all of our socials and links and stuff down below in the description box. And we will see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.